Hi, welcome to day 2 embodiment practice, grokking. We're gonna get it in here so that we understand it. And I'm going to invite you today to stand. And if you're like, oh, I don't want to, maybe try standing anyway. I'm often like that when people ask me to stand up. And today is all about busting through resistance. So if you really can't stand up for whatever reason, if you can't, or you want to warm up to standing up, but you're going to intend to stand up, then you can, stay a little while longer or stay the whole time if that's what's available to you. But I really want to encourage you to stand today, to put our feet on this beautiful earth, and let's do this. So standing and making sure you're always doing these practices in a safe space where there's clear area around you so you're not going to fall or trip or hurt yourself in any way. And once you're in that space, standing hopefully, closing your eyes and trusting the feeling of your feet on the earth or on the ground, which is connected to the earth. Trusting your breath as you take a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling, and taking the biggest breath you've taken today, inhaling and exhaling. And with your eyes closed, taking a moment to trust your body. You may feel a gentle sway in your body, swaying back and forth like a bamboo in the wind, or maybe like a seaweed in the bottom of the ocean. Perhaps it's a little more wavy, maybe a little stiff, whatever it is, allowing it to be exactly as it is. Or if it's like some other form of life blowing in the wind, let it be that. And you might even put your hands on your body, maybe on your heart or your belly, or maybe anywhere that you feel tight or tense or stuck, or maybe even pain. And taking some moments to breathe into that space that you're touching. Inhaling into that space, and as you exhale, intending to release any resistance. Inhaling into that space, releasing any pain or discomfort. Inhaling and breathing love into that space, into your body. And exhaling and releasing and relaxing and surrendering into the trust of trusting this process and this journey, trusting yourself, your soul self, for guiding you here to this moment, and really allowing yourself for the next however many minutes to go deep into this realm of trust. As you continue to breathe, perhaps you continue to move or continue to touch and feel. And as you continue to explore your body in space, moving or feeling it, I'm going to introduce you to the 7 embodiment tools. These are tools during any of these practices that you can utilize at any time. So just keep moving and exploring, and don't fixate too much on what I'm saying. I'll repeat them as we go along, but just feeling your body moving and changing and shifting. And these 7 embodiment tools, again, that you can use anytime, because these are all explorations. This is a journey for you and an exploration for you. So if at any time I give you a prompt and it does not feel aligned for you, don't do it. Or if there's something that your body or your soul is really calling you to engage with and I haven't said it, then do it. This is your own soul sovereign journey to embodying that in the human form. And that means that I am just giving you some prompts. I'm giving you some ways that the energy can move to serve us and support us on this journey. But it's up to you to really engage with your own intuition, with your own felt somatic senses, and with your own connection to spirit and to your soul to guide you through these journeys, as I guide you, and as the earth guides me, and as the cosmos guides us. So continuing to breathe and move, here's the 7 embodiment tools that are available at any time. So the first one is your intention. So at any time you can set an intention. So for example, let's set an intention right now to release resistance. That's an intention, to release any resistance in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, in our actions, in our life, in the environment. Releasing resistance. Another intention could be to surrender fully in trust to soul, to universal wisdom. So these are some examples of intentions, and you can set an intention now if it's different than one of the ones I set. And you can move with an intention. You can breathe while you're setting an intention. So that's embodiment tool number 1 is intention. So the second one is breath. So taking a deep breath right now with me. At any time, you can simply tune into your breath. It's that simple. During any one of these explorations, you can just breathe, but breathe with conscious awareness. So noticing where in your body you are sending breath, noticing the quality of your breath, even setting intentional breaths, like I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. That's intention and breath together. But then while you're breathing, really being present for each breath, for the present present with each breath for the whole duration of the inhale and the exhale, right? So you could just focus on breath. So that's embodiment tool number 2. We have intention 1, breath 2. The third one is sound. So at any time, make a sound. If you feel energy, and especially if it feels stuck in your kind of throat or head or neck or chest, just make sound. And don't worry about what it sounds like. It doesn't have to sound pretty, although it could, but it doesn't have to. The idea here is to release energy on sound, which just also happens to have to do with breath. But it's really a release. It's breath into the form of sound, and releasing it does wonders at shifting and moving the energy. So at any time, release sound. And again, this is like, we're coming back to our wildness, and we're remembering what it's like to be connected in human embodiment with our souls. And when that happens, we're not judging whatever comes out, right? We're not saying like, oh, that didn't sound right. Like, our soul expresses itself and it just does it, right? And that's what makes it seem wild to people that aren't expressing their soul. So I encourage you, if you're using number 3 tool sound, it's just let it rip however it needs to come out. It might sound like a scream, it might sound like a low hum, it might just sound like a groan, it can sound like whatever it sounds like. That's not our business. Our business is to make the sound and allow the sound to move however it comes out. That's embodiment tool number 3. You could practice just making a sound right now with me. Sound. sound. That's number 3. So we have intention, we have breath, we have sound. We also have number 4, which is visualization. So you can use the tool of visualization to perhaps see something in your mind's eye that's aligned with, you know, what your intention. So that's combining both of them. So if you set an intention, then it might show you something or somewhere, right? You could also just spontaneously receive visualizations. People do this to varying degrees. This was never one of my strongest ones, but it happens more and more now that I use the other tools. So, you know, like, don't pressure yourself necessarily to see something or see something in a certain way. I know a lot of meditations are like really specifically geared towards you seeing a very specific thing, and that's not what this is. This is more allowing any imagery, any color, any light within your mind's eye to come into focus and just pay attention to it for a little bit. So you could visualize. You can also use it more intentionally and more consciously, where if I'm giving you a prompt to say, okay, like this, let's do this, let's visualize. Visualize what trust and surrender is to you. What does that look like to you? And something may have popped in, something may not have popped in. Again, this is not for us to judge, but at any time, if things do pop in your visual mind's eye, that's another tool that you can use. So we have intention, breath, sound, visualization, and we have touch is number 5. So just like we did in the beginning, at any time you can put your hands on your body, you can touch wherever, you know, this is letting your body's wisdom guide you. So you might consciously say, you know, like, I know I have this problem in my left shoulder. I'm experiencing some resistance right now. I'm going to put my hand there to send it some love, to allow it to release, right? That's very intentionally. It might also happen very spontaneously, where suddenly we're in the middle of a thing and you want to put your hands on your vagina, or put your hands on your butt, or put your hands on over your eyes, right? Wherever your hands want to go, whatever wants to touch itself, to allow that. Embodiment number 5. So we have intention, we have breath, we have sound, visualization, touch. Did I do this right? Anyway, we're on to number 6, which is movement, which we're already maybe doing or have done. That is just allowing your body again to move however it wants to move, right? Ultimately, we are beings of energy. We are energetic beings made of energy, living in these physical bodies. And so movement is one way, one expression of allowing that energy to move, shift, change, transform, release, receive, right? Whatever it is. Whew, I'm moving and I'm getting warm, right? So that's like showing that the energy is moving and shifting and changing, because it was freezing out here just minutes ago. So, movement is your embodiment tool number 6. And again, this is another area where we could potentially be stuck, or a lot of us. So I was trained in like traditional dance from age 2. And you know, you're taught to move. For example, ballet is a great example, right? You're taught to really move in very specific ways, specific choreography. That happens a lot in the Western world, and we kind of want to break out of that. It's okay if you, again, combine with intention, you want to move a certain way to release a certain thing or something like that, right? Say, you know, like you're feeling stuck energy in your shoulders, or you're carrying the burden of the world. So you're like, I'm going to use embodiment tool of movement to shake out my shoulders. Like, great. Intentional, conscious is great. Sometimes You also just need to allow whatever your body wants to do what it's going to do. And it might be totally weird. Like anyone watching it, or even if you're watching it, right, might just seem like, what? Why am I doing this? I want to encourage you to do it anyway. Right? Something is moving through you. And the key is to allow that so that it doesn't get trapped and stuck or somehow, distorted. Okay, we have embodiment tool number 1 is intention, 2 is breath, 3 is sound, 4 is visualization, 5 is touch, 6 is movement, 7 is environment. So this one, again, any of them you can use at any time and in any combination. And environment might be picking up cues in the space around you that you're in and allowing those to inform you of what's happening. So we mostly want to stay focused, right, on what's happening within us during these explorations, because really on this virtual pilgrimage, we are going out and around, but really it's so that we can go in, right, and make these discoveries in and how they, interact. Of course, there's no difference ultimately between in and out, but we spend so much time focused on the external world. So in these explorations, we really want to go in. However, when I studied Buto, the Japanese postmodern performance art form, it also can be really powerful to take cues from the external that allow us to inform what's going on within us and within our bodies. So if something's really present in your environment, like right now there's this kind of woo sound here, right? I can use that sound to help move my own energy, right? Or help to look inside myself and say what is that sound bringing up for me, right? So while you're doing these practices, these explorations, these grokking, things are going to be coming up, right? Emotions, memories, feeling, sensations, lots of stuff. Sometimes wild visions and downloads, all kinds of stuff is going to come up and down and through. And and so your environment, it's just now it's going, right? So I just used that sound and then the dissipation of that sound to inform what was coming through, what I was saying, how I was moving. Your environment is embodiment practice number 7. Allow it to inform your inner exploration without constantly being bombarded by our environment, right? But actually learning to use it consciously to inform our inner world and how we move through that world. Got it? All right. So I'm going to repeat one more time. And I encourage you, if you've stopped moving or whatever, to go back, close your eyes, be standing now. If you have I want to warm up to it, get up now. Unless you can't, be as you are. But get up and close your eyes, and I'm going to go through the 7 and just pick whichever one resonates to you and just do that one, okay? So 1 is intention, 2 is breath, 3 is sound, 4 is visualization, 5 is touch, 6 is movement, 7 is environment. So pick one of those and just explore that for 30 seconds here. Just go for it. Whatever it is. You might find that they switch back and forth really fast, or you might just do one for 30 minutes or whatever. Whatever it is fine. Whatever it is perfect. Whatever it is what it is. Awesome. So now we are going to continue your exploration of whatever, embodiment tool you're using. Continue using it. I'm going to guide us a little bit to something. So, while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, moving, however you're moving, breathing, whatever 7 you're using, now focusing your conscious awareness up above the crown of your head. So right at the top of your head, and like shooting your awareness straight up from the top of your head, like up into the sky, up into the atmosphere, all the way up into the cosmos, like shooting your awareness up there until you go super, super like a rocket ship, right? Straight up to the farthest reaches of the cosmos. And up there you encounter this source of light. It's like the brightest light in the whole of the universe. And this source of light is so bright that once you contact it, it's almost like, you know, if you were to like puncture it with your rocket ship, there's a hole in this source and it just starts pouring down, straight down through the cosmos, through the atmosphere, right through down through the top of your head, and it just starts pouring like this waterfall of liquid light, and it's pouring down to you and through you and all around you, all of this light energy. I'm seeing it as like white, like bright, like with some gold in there, but like however you're experiencing it is exactly how it needs to be. So just allow it to flow. Just be like, you know, like just stand there and allow it, and however you would, you know, allow a waterfall of liquid light to hit you and to go down, to penetrate the crown of your head and down through like into your brain, and allowing your brain to just like explode into light, and then like down into your face and relaxing your face and your jaw. And it's like so much, it's like pouring out the front and back of your skull, like where your third eye is, so right between your eyebrows or right in the back of your head, like the kind of almost the nape of the neck, like pouring out your third eye and pouring out your eyeballs and pouring out your ears, and it continues to pour down, releasing our jaws, down through our necks, releasing our neck muscles, and then like exploding out the front and back of our throat, exploding like a fire hydrant out the front and back of our throat, and it's pouring down into our shoulders, relaxing and releasing our shoulders, and down at our arms, and all the way down out through our hands and our fingertips, and it's pouring down into our chest. Again, it's like so much flowing down from source of light, of wisdom, of universal like mind, and this energy has the power to pour down and clear whatever it is that needs to be cleared. Like it's just like this, yeah. So it's pouring down into our heart space, and then it explodes at the front and back of our heart. Again, however you perceive this is exactly how you perceive it. You might actually see this light, you may hear it, you may feel it, you may sense it in some other way, or you might not almost even at all, but just knowing that it's happening means that it's happening. So it's pouring down to you and through you and all around you, and right down through your center. It's going down through your heart and down into out the front and back of your solar plexus, which is right in your rib cage, and fire hydrant out the front and back of your solar plexus, like especially there right now, especially there. Just let it flow. Really allow it to flow. You don't have to do anything. You have to except allow. I guess that's doing something, but it's like a non-doing, doing. So allow it to flow out the front and back of your solar plexus, and then down into your belly, and like, it might even swirl and swirl like a washing machine of goodness in your belly and your lower back, and then it bursts out the front and back of your sacral area, your womb space, right below your belly button. Fire hydrant down into your hips and your butt, and down into your legs and your knees and your calves and your shins and your feet. And this waterfall of liquid light now is just flowing down all the way from the top of your head down out through your feet, and even down out through your root, which is like, you know, down through your sexual organs, all of them, right down that center, like where all of us, I guess, have a perineum. I think we all have one of those, maybe. whatever, that thing, all right, underneath us, with like from the crown straight down. Allow the liquid light to flow through there. Anatomy is not my number one skill, but just like we're all different. So allow it to flow through all the way down, and so that it's like flowing down now into the earth and straight down. We're gonna send it, like we're really allowing it, but we're also going to intend that it goes right down through the ground, the floor, down through the earth, down through the soil, through all the layers of the earth, like the rocks and the clay and the water tables, and down. Like, you gotta really send it down. We're not used to like allowing this energy to really go down, 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 all the way down to the center and the heart of Mother Earth. There's this other like vortex, there's this other dimension right in the center, so it has to go really far because the earth is big, and we want it to go like halfway through until we reach that molten center of Mother Earth. So really allow that light to flow down all the way straight through, and when you feel that it has connected, you might feel a shift, like it might feel like that, like a breath of fresh air. It might feel like all of a sudden you feel like love, like unconditional love or support, or like you just might feel like a shift in your energy. And once you feel that shift, you know you've connected, and allow that energy to flow back up through from the center of Mother Earth. There's a different light, so feeling, sensing, knowing that that light is what it is for you, and allowing it to now bounce back up. When you connect to it, it like activates it to bounce back up through all the layers of the earth, back up through the water tables and the clay and the rocks and the soil and the roots, and up through the ground and through the floor and right up through your root, the bottom of your torso. This light moves up, and it moves up your central channel and up your spine, and it comes right into your heart space. So you have the light from above still pouring down, still flowing, and now you have this light from the center of the earth coming up, and they're meeting in your heart space. And when they meet in your heart space, they like collide and just expand. They collide and explode out around you. And so now you have this light source in the center of your heart, exploding all around you, all around your field. So it's like there's like this beautiful like halo circle, like field of light expanding out all around you. And it expands out into the room that you're in, and the town that you're in, the city, the state, the country. It's just like the more it keeps flowing and flowing and flowing and like meeting in your heart space, it gets bigger and brighter until it's out in the country that you're in, or out across the oceans. It's in the air around us, it's in the ether, and it just continues to expand out into the atmosphere of Earth. And then it continues to expand out into the solar system, and then it continues to expand out into the galaxy, and then it continues to expand out into the reaches of the universe, but also like all the levels of the multiverse, until it's like this light that is colliding in your heart is just infinitely all over. It's all of the universe. It just is now, the entire universe. And allowing yourself in this moment to take a few breaths and just allow yourself to melt into that. Breathing and allowing yourself to either float or melt into this sea of liquid light. It is the primordial sea of existence, and you are just dissolving into it and feeling that expansiveness and that spaciousness. Just rest here for a few seconds and do whatever embodiment practice is coming to you, whatever tool, use it. And from here, just, feeling what this energy is to you. If anything, it might be just feel like space, like luminous space. Almost not even needing to put a word onto it, just sense what it's like, what it feels like, what it is to you. And then intending and allowing all of this energy to come flowing back to you. So you're emerging out of this primordial sea, and allow yourself to emerge however you emerge. It might not be in your human form, it might be some other form, but allowing yourself to re-emerge from the dissolution and into some kind of form. And all of this energy now is being called back to this form, and being called back right to the heart of this form that you are emerging in, this being that you are emerging as. All of this is flowing right into your heart space. So it's almost like you have this vacuum in the center of your heart, and all of this energy is getting sucked back in from the farthest reaches of the infinite universe right into the heart of where you are and how you are emerging. Bring all this into your heart. So it's like being called back from the universe, back into our galaxy, back into our solar system, back into the atmosphere of Earth, back into the air and across the oceans and across the land, and it's just getting suctioned right back into your heart and into your country, state, city, town, village, etc., and right into your neighborhood, right into the room that you're in. It's getting called back, and it's getting suctioned right back into your heart space. Feel it all coming into your heart space, all of it. And as it's coming into your heart, it's getting smaller and smaller, brighter and brighter. And holding it in your heart. That light might blink out, but it's like the smallest part. It's not gone, it's still there. We just can't necessarily see it. And from this place, that speck of light, I want us to shift it from our heart space, the center of our heart space, and just move this energy slightly upwards. So if you are in human form, it would be not in your throat, but not in your heart space, somewhere in between, and moving this energy slightly upwards so that this light is just like pulsating, reverberating, shining, sparkling right above your heart, right in your high heart, the seat of your high heart. We are activating the seat of your high heart by bringing all of this cosmic energy and light and source energy and all of this earth energy and unconditional love and gloriousness of embodiment right into the space of our high hearts, and experience it there, however that is, feels, whatever. Use your embodiment tools to experience this, and we're activating and we're allowing it to take place in our high hearts. And from this space, with our high hearts activated, these are our big hearts. So we have our heart, which is our desires and our wants and our feels and all that. And now we're activating high heart, which is it's like soul guidance. It is our connection to our intuition and our grand soul purpose for coming here in the first place. Our high heart is this unconditionally loving space, right? Our other heart, loves very humanly and sometimes with attachment. We'll get to that later. Sometimes not, sometimes very purely. But our high heart is that unconditional love and that knowingness that we are interdependent, that we are connected to all things, that we care for all the allness, right? And so it's just this feeling of love, but not conventional love. It's a different kind of love, and ultimately what it is a sense of belonging. So activating that sense of belonging in our high hearts, our belonging to Earth, but also our belonging to our cosmic starry beingness, activating high heart. And from this place, using our human consciousness to like to feel what it feels like to be in high heart. And while we're in high heart, setting this intention, allowing whatever is going to happen or move through you to happen when I say, we're going to set the intention to release any resistance to what it is, to who it is we are becoming, to release any resistance to committing to and, really going and following through on this journey that we're on. It could be this journey of this virtual pilgrimage. It could be this journey through life. It could be a journey of a very specific thing you're working on, just allowing whatever comes to you. And as we're releasing it, just reconnecting with that source energy that's coming down from above. It's still flowing. It's always flowing. We just have to remember, right, and reactivate. So it's flowing down, and as they're bringing up these things, right, I'm talking about releasing resistance, right, releasing any fear. As we're doing this, the light's going to flow down, and it's going to clear away any of like what's coming off of us. So if there's like a memory that happens, if you start to feel stuff, bringing this light down and to us, because it's actually clearing it and transmuting it into energies that are beneficial, for you, for others, for the planet. So releasing any fear of bringing up things that might be uncomfortable, releasing any fear. This is a big one for this one. Releasing any fear of the unknown. As humans, we all have a fear of the unknown because we want to control everything, we want to understand everything, and even if we're being all spiritual, we still will come to things eventually that we just don't know what it is or what's going to happen, and it will get us. It's the nature of our human existence. So anything that might be coming up for you, bringing it up to your consciousness and bringing that light to it and allowing it to clear from your field, to clear from your mind, to clear from your heart, to clear from your body. Remember, like, we're activated high heart, so we're in this space, we're in this like heightened space of awareness where we can do this. We can allow these things to come up, and we can allow them to shift and transform. So fear of the unknown, fear of doing hard things, fear of that things are going to be too hard that we can't handle them. So their resistance, we're clearing any resistance to doing the thing in the first place. We're taking the next step, right? Or sinking more deeply into ourselves and who we truly are. Any resistance, there's a lot of resistance to that because we are trained from a young age to not be that. And so now that we are coming back to that individually and collectively, there's a lot of actually resistance. You'd think that we want to be who we truly are. We're so conditioned that we're actually resistant to it. So bring, again, light still flowing. It's like we're in a shower, right? We're just going to shower all that off. Shower away the fear. Shower away the resistance. Feel how you're feeling. Yeah. And finally, this is the last part. Stay with me. We're almost there. You can bring your hands to your high heart if that feels good to you, or you could just bring your awareness back to that space. And just in this next minute or so, we are going to connect with our high heart. It's already been activated. We're connecting to high heart now, and just asking high heart, what are we doing? What is in store? Where are we going? What's happening? What you got for me? Allow high heart in this moment to give you a gift. And I'm going to be quiet for a few moments while you receive a gift. You might see it, you might hear it, you might know what it is, you might think you're getting nothing. Just allow yourself to receive a gift from your high heart in this moment. Allow yourself, I'm going to be quiet again, but allow yourself to receive from high heart whatever gift you need in this moment for the next phase of this journey. something might pop through like it did for me, and you might be like, what the heck? Don't judge it, don't question it, just receive it. Actually, I want you to receive whatever it is, and I want you to actually bring it in to your heart space, the actual heart space, the lower heart space, where it is in our body, right? Whatever that gift is, receive it. You might even receive it in your hands, and then take your hands and put them on your actual beating heart and bring that into your heart, your human heart. And take a few more moments here and a few more breaths, really breathing into your heart space. Knowing that you have this gift, and now in this moment, just allow that your heart, your lower heart, to open. Just allow it to open up. Know that it's safe and it's protected. I'm setting this space all the time so that it's safe and protected for you to open up your human heart. Whatever that means to you, allow it to open. Allowing us to move from this heart space. Allowing us to be guided by our heart space. And our lower and higher heart are really one space. So connecting the two, we've connected the two, and we are going to allow ourselves now to move, to speak, to breathe, to navigate, to be in this heart space from here on the rest of the journey. Okay. I love you. Do what you need to do right now, right? You might need to stay in the space for a little while longer. You may just popped out of it like I did. Definitely drink lots of water. We did a huge clearing. And yeah, make sure you're in your body, and then do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Love you.